Welcome back to the program, my Patriot friends. We've got to talk a little bit right now about Donald Trump and the Trump Doctrine. You know, the Trump Doctrine has been discussed, bantied about. It has been debated because people are trying to understand what does Donald Trump stand for, and what is the Trump Doctrine. I mean, think about it for a couple of minutes about Obama and what was the Obama Doctrine, and then you can maybe put some pieces of the puzzle together when it comes to the Trump Doctrine, because I think it's fairly clear, what the Trump Doctrine is. The Obama Doctrine was to apologize for America, and that America doesn't belong in the position of power that it has, because it is indeed that which has created a lot of angst across the world, as some would suppose. And so what was it that Obama did? He spent time apologizing for America, bowing to the leaders of state of other countries and doing what he could in order to be able to really minimize the role of America across the world. And so it was that there was this vacuum, this void, this place in international politics where America didn't fit, and we capitulated to others. And that's the reason for which you had Russia buzzing the west coast of the United States with their fighter jets, and even bringing submarines fairly close to Newport News, Virginia, and other places in order to be able to get some spying activity, and to do the same thing in the Gulf of Mexico. You had the same kind of outreach from China, then trying to be able to take over the South China Sea, increase its military status, and to otherwise allow for countries to be able to spend this time where America was minimizing military spending, wasn't about to allow for any energy development in the United States, or otherwise create leadership in the international world. And this allowed for Russia and China to try to find a way to be able to capture more power, given their ability to be able to, really mold parts of Obama and what was the Obama Doctrine, which essentially was the fact that America should be apologized for. Well, President Trump and the Trump Doctrine is very different. It is about the key elements of what makes America great, and I'm not going to invoke the campaign slogan of Make America Great Again, but if you think about it as a philosophical starting point, the president has tried to find a way to be able to use the military, economic prowess, as well as technology and energy as forms of being able to insert itself back into the world again. And in doing so, passing a bill that would give the United States $750 billion to be able to put into military spending once again. And this necessarily outpaces the economies of most other places in the world, and they can't participate, keep up with, or try to keep pace with the United States when it comes to spending that kind of money in military infrastructure. So the adage of peace through strength comes to be a part of the Trump Doctrine, and sending the message to the world that we are going to spend money necessary to be able to increase outfit, or otherwise to be able to keep a leg up or distance from others when it comes to the military, and build up prowess and capabilities of the United States. So that is one part of it. Second part of it is the economy. Think about what the Trump administration has done so far in being able to increase economic activity in the United States. Lowest labor participation rate, trade deals with other parts of the world, and the economic boons that have taken place in the course of the 2 years of this president, in spite of what the stock market has done. Largely speaking, there are trade deals for other countries to participate in with the United States. The economic spill-over effect is part of the Trump Doctrine. And that allows those countries to participate with the United States to be able to have their own successes economically, and it blunts strategic alliances of others that would try to create trade deals that the United States has said haven't been worth it to participate in and to restructure those, and they've done that successfully with the USMCA as well as with Saudi Arabia, Japan, South Korea, and the European Union. So we have collected these people to become a part of what is the economic doctrine that participates in the total Trump doctrine. And then we talk about technology and the fight that we are in right now with respect to Russia and trying to be able to thwart elements of their AI stealing or theft, and by also outpacing them by incentives in the United States to be able to continue to grow economic activity through technology, part of which will impact all parts of economic activity, which includes the military, business expansion, and opportunities within the United States itself for technology advances, and you could even call that as a part of telecommunications. And the last part of the Trump doctrine is this issue of energy development. The first thing the president did, recognizing that the United States should be energy independent, and then to be a net exporter, which we can now announce that the United States is a net exporter of energy to other parts of the world. It's the first time that it has happened. That gives us leverage over OPEC. It gives us the ability to be able to negotiate deals better with the European Union that we haven't dealt with before, because Russia has been part of that. So this has put Russia on notice. All of these things together create the Trump doctrine and giving us, the United States, leverage against other countries, and to be able to bring them into the fold by having the spillover benefit of participating with the United States and the United States economy. It puts the South China Sea on notice that our military buildup will protect the Pacific Rim, and so the list goes on of those things now that you can point toward that the president has been able to accomplish in 2 years in order to be able to bring greater stability across the world, leadership by the United States to other parts of the world, and economic participation as well. So what is the Trump doctrine? It is that the United States is back. The United States is the world leader. The United States is the superpower. The United States will allow others to participate with it in order to be able to blunt strategic alliances that would try to move the United States away from its superpower status. That, my friends, is the Trump doctrine.